When a doctor tells me that they have my best interest at heart, I believe them. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren if you're new here. How are you guys? It has been a minute since I've given you a video. First of all, I really just want to say how freaking thankful I am to every single one of you for watching my last video that I posted that was a little bit emotional, but it was one of those things where it was time. I kind of needed to let you guys know what was going on. And even though I posted that video 2 weeks ago, I am still to this day getting messages and comments that you guys care about me, that you subscribed for me and my personality, and I can't explain to you how amazing that feels to hear. I think that just kind of like reinvigorated my love of creating content, social media and YouTube, and I'm very excited to not cry on camera for you all the time, I promise. It's cool that you guys are able to like me when hi, I'm Lauren, and you're also able to like me when I'm like sobbing like a crazy tomato-faced fool, like you will see in today's video. I'm very excited to be delivering on that promise of new types of videos. So with that, I would like to say, welcome back to Storytime Saturday. It has been a minute. If you are new here and you've never seen this before, you should probably start with my very first Storytime Saturday where I went on a date with a flat earther. Yes, it's exactly how it sounded. No, I did not know that before going on the date, so click that video, go watch it. It's pretty funny. I'm just excited to put a little bit more of me into this channel, tell you guys a little bit more about my life. I will say, you guys have been very interested in my journey with my hands and my wrists and figuring out what's going on, so I'm gonna kind of make that like a series on this channel. I'm going to show you all of the steps that I've taken to figure out what's wrong with my hands and arms and elbows, and I kind of just want to take you guys with me on that journey. So if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed and make sure that you like this video, because I don't know what YouTube algorithm thinks of me not posting for a little bit, so help a sister out. Also, by the way, Urban Outfitters sent me this dress from their new collection. I cannot tell you how much I'm obsessed with this dress. It's so cute. It's not anything that I would ever have picked out for me before, but it is so cute for summer. And this skirt, I'm sorry, am I about to become skirt person? I think so. It is so cute and can be dressed up or down. And they also sent me this really, really cute romper that I absolutely am obsessed with, cannot wait to wear. And they sent me a few other things that you guys will be seeing all over my Instagram. So I guess on that note, make sure you follow me on Instagram. And if you wanted to check out any of the items that I just showed you, they will all be linked down below. Anyways, that was not supposed to be such an ad, but it's so soft. I just had to share it with you guys. Okay. Let's dive right in. Also, a lot of you guys always say, stop moving your hands when you talk. That doesn't hurt my hands. That, I promise you, like I wouldn't be doing it if it hurt. But I see that comment all the time of, you move your hands so much. Moving my hands like this doesn't hurt. It's the typing, it's the pulling. Those are the motions that hurt. So, just to clarify. I'm good, thank you for your concern, I love you. I'm going to be showing you the full clip of me in the car because that was a video that I took in a real moment of just hopeless, at the end of my rope, not knowing what to do, feeling so trapped and lost that I just turned the camera on. I didn't have any plans to send it to anyone. Weirdly, creating videos has become therapeutic for me, and so that's what I did, and honestly, I'm glad that I did because it just kind of shows me how far I've come, how much I appreciate my new physical therapist, who is absolutely amazing. You'll find her information linked down below. Dr. Suzanne Chavez is so dedicated to helping me figure out what's going on with my hands and elbows, and I'm so excited. You'll be seeing a little bit more of her on this whole me documenting all of this stuff. But yes, I had to preface that the person I'm talking about today is not the one I'm currently seeing. So let's just jump in. One of the reasons I think that I wanted to go back and show you the whole video of this, because warning, it's dramatic. Not that I'm trying to downplay what I was feeling. Everything that you're about to see was very real and very true, but I feel like it's important for me to share where my mind was at that moment. It just kind of reiterates how broken the healthcare system is in America. And as a 28-year-old working adult, almost 29 years old, that's terrifying. I've always been very healthy. I've never broken a bone. Knock on wood. I need to knock on something. Okay. I am very healthy. I've never had to go to the hospital for any reason. I've never really had any chronic pain like that. And I'm very privileged to be able to say that because not everyone in the world can say that. So I'm just gonna stop talking and show you this full video, and we'll talk about it a little bit after. I've been crying, can you tell? I just had my 6th physical therapy appointment.
And I was looking forward to today's because it was with a new doctor. It was with a man. I normally see a woman, and I was like, okay, maybe he'll have different type of strength where he can like actually massage my arms or my shoulders or something that I can't do for myself, right? Because that's why I'm coming here to physical therapy and paying $75 a freaking session out of pocket because my insurance doesn't cover this. It's me paying for this. I was expecting something today. So my appointment's at 2. He puts me on a foam roller. He puts heating pads on me. Great. I'm like, okay, cool. He's warming up the muscles. He takes them off and then sends me out the door, and it's 2:25. And so I go, how long is this session supposed to be? And he goes, 30 minutes. And I go, it's 2:25. And he goes, oh, I didn't know we had 5 more minutes. Let's talk more. And I was like, is there something you want to do physically to my hands? Because I'm in pain now. And I'm just so frustrated. I feel like no one really wants to help me. Everyone wants to just take my money, and I don't have any money. It hurts to like hold a fork and open doors, drive my car, hold my phone right now. I'm just so frustrated. I'm $500 out the door. I'm $1,600. Actually, I'm at like $1,800 total for this whole injury. No one knows what's wrong with me. No one knows how to fix me, and I just feel like no one really wants to help. How can you do something in 25 minutes where you didn't even touch my arms or my shoulder? And at least the appointments before, I felt like they helped. I don't know. I just wanted to turn the camera on to vent. I don't know if this is ever going to go anywhere. I am so mad. I was having a great day. I worked out. I was organizing my room. I've edited a video, and this has just completely derailed me. And I'm going to try so hard for it to not derail the rest of my day, but I'm going broke trying to figure out what is wrong and trying to argue with someone about 25 minutes being different than 45 minutes. How can you heal someone in 25 minutes? Oh, I'm so mad.
God, even watching it back myself, I get brought right back to that moment of, because that was awful. That really was. I felt so defeated at that, clearly, in case you couldn't tell. So let me back up a little bit. When I went to a hand surgeon here in LA who I did not have a good experience with, she did not have great bedside manner. She recommended some physical therapy to me. So she listed off some places, and I found a smaller practice like 5 minutes down the road from me, and I was like, that'll be perfect. It's close by, let's go check it out. And I mean, I do have to say, the woman there and the front desk woman, they're very nice humans. I don't, yes. We'll just say that. This office, okay, picture this. You don't know the size of my room right now, but their office is in like an older building, and it's very, very small, right? So basically this whole entire office is made up of like, you walk into like the receptionist area, and then the doctor, the physical therapist, has her own kind of room where she sees patients. So it's pretty small. That didn't really matter to me. I just was like, I just want to meet a quality doctor, someone who will help me. That's all that I want. I meet with her for the consult. And I understand, like, to all the doctors and people that are gonna consult on this video, I understand that when we don't know what's wrong, you have to do things to rule out what could be wrong. And I get that. And I get that physical therapy can be hard in your joints because you don't know exactly where the pain is or what's triggering it. That I all understand. I knew that it was not going to be some type of overnight change. I know that. Before I even made the first appointment with this doctor, I did my research. I'm very organized like that. I called a bunch of places, found out their prices because, as you heard really sad Lauren say, I was paying for all this out of pocket. So I was like, I need to call up all these places, write down a list of how much it is per consult, per session. This was the one that I went with because when I called them on the phone, I said, how long are your sessions? And they were like, oh, 30 to 45 minutes. Okay, are there price differences? And she was like, nope, generally your consult is 45 minutes. And then most sessions after that are between 30 to 45. Every single time I asked them, they told me between 30 to 45. Chiropractors and husbands and wives of chiropractors and physical therapists, you let me know in the comments. I really do want your input on this. And a lot of you guys are like smart, accomplished people that watch, which is so cool. First session, 45 minutes, that was the consult. I remember leaving that session just feeling like, we're finally like, we're figuring it out, we're gonna do something. I'm on the path to recovery. I've made the first steps. I was very excited to figure out what's going on. So then the second, third, fourth, and fifth session with this person were all 30 minutes long, if that. Maybe even 20, maybe even 25. And after the second session, I kind of left just a little confused, but again, at the same time, I've never been in physical therapy. I didn't know what to expect or how long it should be or what I'm supposed to feel afterwards. Basically, we would just sit there and talk for the first 10 minutes and then like about it. Even I'd be sitting there like on the table with my arms out, like expecting her to do stuff, because this pain is in both of my hands. It's so unfortunate that I'm not able to like massage out my arms and hands by myself, because doing that for a long period of time hurts my hands. It might feel good in the short term, but it's not good for the long term. So I was like, I need a medical professional to like figure this out, to massage it, to do some body work. For the first 10 to 15 minutes of every session, which is basically half the session, she would be rubbing warming lotion on me, which is cool. I understand that. Each time we would do something different, but every day I left, I didn't feel anything. If anything, I kind of left in more pain, and I would come back and I would tell her that. I think I just had a problem with some of the ways that they went about it. Telling a patient who is in so much pain that if things aren't working out, that we could potentially move the sessions to be 40, 45 minutes, that was clearly a lie, because every time I went to a physical therapy session, I'd be there on time, 5 minutes early, and I understand, like people run behind, I'm happy to sit there and wait, but if my appointment's at 2 and I'm there at like 1:50 and she doesn't see me till 2:05, 2:10, and then she tries to get me out the door at 2:30 because the other patient's already there waiting, I have a huge problem with that. This is my money, this is my life, this is my well-being, my livelihood. That happened almost every single time, to the point where one time I was in a session with her and it seemed like she was running a little bit longer with my session. So in my head, I was like, thank God, she's taking care of this. She sees as a doctor that I require more care than just 15 minutes of talking and 15 minutes of lotion. So I was like happy that the session was running longer than normal. But what happened was, for conversation's sake, let's say my session was from 2 to 2:30. At the 2:30 mark, when she was still working on me and wanted me to stay longer, her next appointment walked through the door and was sitting in the reception. I can't explain to you how awkward I felt. Granted, this is like remember, this is a very small office space, so there was no ability to pull someone aside and say something privately. Like everyone hears everything. So I'm sitting there, she's got lotion on me, she's doing a few more exercises, and then her next appointment comes in, right? So then she goes, hold on, wait here to me, brings her 2:30 appointment in to the table behind me, dips her hands in paraffin wax, like, cause I'm assuming she's got a hand problem too, and then kind of sends her back out to the reception. And then the doctor comes to me and says, great, that'll buy us some time. And I was like, I'm sorry, that's not okay. That is a paying patient that's maybe in as much or even more pain than I'm in. You're just gonna let her sit over there with wax on her hands and call that a part of her session to buy you some time because you can't schedule me in for the longer sessions that you actually told me that I would need in the beginning? That blew my mind, because I wanna say session 2 or 3, she did that to me one time. I was early, she was running late, she came out, she dipped my hands in paraffin wax, and that started my 30-minute session with her. I paid $75 a session, and most of it went to me sitting there with heating pads on me. I can do that myself. I do that myself all the time. I'm putting CBD lotion on, I have heating pads wrapped around myself when I'm in pain. I'm paying you to do things that I can't do to myself. I need someone to sit there and work, and if it's not here, I need you to start figuring out, is it the shoulders, is it the neck? Now that I'm with my new amazing chiropractor and doing her physical therapy sessions, now I am much wiser. Also, when I told my doctor, Dr. Suzanne, about this story, she was appalled. As soon as I started to tell her about the paraffin wax thing, she stopped, she goes, did she do that to buy more time? Oh my God. And I was like, yes, so is that a thing? That's a thing that people do, and they're like, oh, I don't wanna do my job well. Like, when you only have 30 minutes and you schedule yourself so tight that you're not able to give quality care to each of your patients, that's when I just think it's not okay. My first toe dip into the medical world, into the world of chronic pain, and when a doctor tells me a diagnosis, I believe them. When a doctor refers me to someone, I believe that it's someone good. When a doctor tells me that they have my best interest at heart, I believe them. And I'm not saying you should stop believing them, but I didn't realize how taken advantage of I had felt after I had this 6th session where I recorded that video. So On my 5th session, I was telling her, I was like, you know, I'm not feeling a difference. I'm in more pain than ever. Like, I think we need to start doing something different. She was like, okay, let's figure it out. Next week, I'm actually out of town at a conference, so I'm gonna have another doctor come in and see you. He's a male, he's great. It's always good to get like another doctor's opinion. And in my head, I was like, great, that's perfect. I appreciate that. I would love to see what another doctor would say. One of the things that frustrated me with her, I felt like when I went in, I was like, I just really need, sounds very weird. I don't mean for it to sound sexual. I was like, I just need someone to like squeeze my arms. Like I need the like pressure to be released. I don't know what it is. I need to be like smoothed out and I can't do it myself. She would never do that in our sessions. Even if I had asked her and be like, can you like poke around here and see what you feel, and so then I would be like, okay, she's the doctor, I'm gonna let her do what she thinks is best. But when I would have my like friends and roommates, I'd be like, can you just like please like push there for a second because I can't, and that would make me feel better. I'm going off on a tangent. I was very excited and looking forward to this new doctor for my 6th session. I was like, maybe, and this is not to sound unfeminist, women can have strong muscles too, but just in this particular setting, God, I have to be so PC these days. In my head, I was like, okay, it's a male doctor. Maybe he's gonna have a little bit more strength to really, really get in there. Maybe he's just gonna have new tactics. I don't know. I was looking forward to it. I show up to my 6th session. Oh my word, I can't even say that. I showed up 10 minutes early. He was very, very nice. We were chatting. So then he was like, okay, let's like focus on your neck today. I was like, great, let's do that. Sounds like a great idea. Put my hair up, he put heating pads on my neck, and I kind of like laid on this bed thing as we were talking, and I was telling him about what was going on and like what I do as a YouTuber, and he was very nice man. That's not at all what I'm saying. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me that we were talking longer than I thought we were. I'm laying there with heating pads on wrapped around my arms, on my neck, and I'm sitting on this bed, and then he goes, okay, like sit up, how do you feel? And I was like, good, yeah, they definitely feel warmed up. And he goes, great, well, it was great to meet you, and I hope that you have a good day. I'm sorry. Whoa, I am brought right back to that teeny tiny room right now. Oh my God, the anger that went through me. I looked at my Apple Watch and I said, I'm sorry, how long is this session supposed to be? And he's like, oh, 30 minutes. It is 2:25. And he goes, oh, okay, I didn't realize that. My watch is fast. Sit down, let's talk a little bit more. Excuse me, sir, talk a little bit more? How is talking going to massage my arms, hands, neck in any freaking way? You just charged me $75 to put heating pads on me for 30 minutes, 25 minutes. I was furious. I felt so taken advantage of, and I couldn't even voice that because an elderly woman who was the very next patient was sitting there waiting for her appointment. I'm not one to make a scene like that. I don't feel right doing that, but the receptionist, who again is very, very nice, everyone's very nice in this, but doesn't mean they're good at what they do. When I left the session, she goes, okay, Lauren, do you wanna like schedule another session? And I just had this defeated look on my face where I was just like, no, I'll call you. And I left and I walked to my car and I recorded that video, and then I called them back on the phone, and I had to give myself a breather because I'm not someone that likes to yell at other people. That's not what I like to do. I told her, I was like, this is not okay. I feel so taken advantage of. The doctor, I don't want to say, I'm not saying anyone's names or telling you at all anything about them, but I was like, whenever I see we're gonna call it Dr. G, okay. When I saw Dr. G last time, she told me that this new male doctor would try out some new things with me, and he did nothing but sit there and put heating pads on me while I sat there and just I felt tricked. I think that's where all of this like anger and frustration comes from. I felt tricked. This guy was very nice, sitting there with heating pads. I'm excited. I'm like, okay, new doctor. Like, what else is he gonna do that this Dr. G hasn't done? I got up and he sent me on my way after 25 minutes, and I was furious, and at that point in that video, you see, that's why I felt like I needed to record just what I was feeling, because I had never in my life felt so trapped and defeated and just, what do? I was $1,600 out the door right now trying to figure out what's going on with my hands. And it just felt like everyone wanted to just take my money and not truly help or figure out new methods. And so what ended up happening with that is I ended up talking to Dr. G on the phone. I was like, this is unacceptable. I am unhappy. You need to refund me, or you owe me a free session, because that was not physical therapy. You did nothing. You did nothing at all. It upsets me so much because I put heating pads on my arms and neck every time before I go to the session. All right, I feel like I'm just like beating a dead horse, but in that moment, I didn't know that physical, like I didn't have any other basis of what physical therapy actually is. And so in my head, I was like, this is what all doctors do then, right? Right? Wrong. I found a special orthopedic place here in LA that's really, I feel like finally they're sitting down with me and they're talking about different options, and they recommended me to Dr. Suzanne Chavez, who is amazing and really works with me. We do cupping, she'll adjust me, she'll adjust my neck, my spine. She will sit there with me and we will figure out different methods and different things that I can do to figure out what's going on with me. In that moment, in the car, I literally was like, so this is what physical therapy is like. This is what all sessions like this are. Like, what am I supposed to do? I didn't know that it was supposed to be any different. That is the story about how I got ripped off and lied to from my physical therapist. I don't even know if it was intentional or what it was, but when I ended up talking to Dr. G about the session that I had with the male doctor, she didn't really have any sympathy for me. She just said things like, Lauren, I'm not a magic worker. We're trying to figure out what's wrong with you. And in my head, I was like, are you? Because I'm pretty sure you're not. I'm pretty sure you're just taking my money, talking to me for 10, 15 minutes, massaging the exact same places, not asking about my progress. My new doctor's talking to me about my setup, my desk setup, my chair, what I'm doing with my neck during the day. Those are the things that a helpful physical therapist, chiropractor, anyone in any type of rehabilitation for your body should be doing and thinking and asking you about. I know that now. I didn't know that then. I'm in a good place now. I know that I just shoved a lot of emotion at you, feelings. I would love to know if anyone else out there has something similar or has experienced anything similar with any type of doctor. I know that the healthcare system is so different country to country. I love my Australian, Canadian fans who are in my comments being like, girl, just move here. It's free, it's amazing, it's that. And I'm like, trust me, I wish. There's a lot of reason why people don't want to be in America right now, but dipping my toe in this world of chronic pain for, like, I'm still a very high functioning person. There are a lot of people out there with pain that they are bedridden. They're not able to leave their homes, they're not able to work. And I couldn't imagine being in a situation like that where you're believing the doctor and you want to believe the doctor, and then another doctor comes in and says, wait, that's not how it's done. That's wrong. You were treated incorrectly. This is how it's done. And it just becomes this like confusing spiral of who's lying to me, who actually has my best interests at heart. It bums me out that I am so trusting of doctors and medical professionals, and you don't think about the times when people are, I don't know, feeling lazy or I don't know. It's unfair of me to lump all doctors that do some of the things that I talked about into one category. You've got to do the whole trial and error thing. I understand that, but I feel like a good doctor should know how to assess after trial and error. If you do something once or twice and it doesn't work, you try something else. You don't continue to do it when your patient comes to you and says, I am in crying pain. I couldn't open my car door yesterday and I couldn't hold a fork. Yeah, I'm gonna end this video on a happy note because I feel like I am finally figuring out slowly what works, what doesn't work. If you're following me on Instagram, you would see that I've been showing you guys firsthand what I've been doing with Dr. Suzanne. The cupping, the exercises that we do. She's also certified in the Graston technique, which is so interesting. Make sure you're following me on Instagram if you want a sneak peek at that. I will be talking about that a little bit more on this channel because there's just so many routes and ways to approach this, and I don't know, maybe it could help someone out there, which would make all of this pain worth it, in my opinion. That is my Storytime Saturday for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, getting to peek behind the curtain of what really goes on. Social media is like this highlight reel, and you might see me posting Instagram stories of my morning smoothie and me going to work out and me with my friends at events. You don't see the nights when I'm sitting there crying. You don't see the nights when I have my compression gloves on my hands, like trying to finish an Instagram brand deal, but it hurts my hands so bad to do. You don't see those moments. I know that YouTube is a very cool outlet for us to feel, you know, closer to our subscribers, and I think that's amazing. It just sucks when it bites us in the sometimes. I recently got a comment that kind of upset me. That was, I think I got 2 comments about this that upset me. They were like, Lauren, if you're so broke, how can you afford to go to Japan? And I was just like, I feel like I got hit in the face. My roommate Shelby took me to Japan. When someone asks if you want to go to Japan, you don't say no. Like, did anyone need to know that? No, they didn't. But I still felt like I got slapped in the face because I was like, okay, I'm sharing my life with you. Jeez, like, I'm not choosing to trounce around the world and not take care of my hands. Again, maybe that's just a me thing with social media. I guess I kind of have to like thicken my skin a little bit, but yeah. I'm learning this delicate line of what to share, what not to share, because you guys are showing me that the more I share, the more you guys can relate to me and then I can relate to you, and I just love hearing your guys' stories, and it's very eye-opening, and I love ya. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Please make sure you leave this video a like, and make sure you stay tuned for some other videos that I have coming out. I'm going to be doing some Taylor Swift content. Pretty sure I want to do a Taylor Swift rumor mill video or live stream, depending on my hands. I also have a Tesla camping video coming out. I know I said it was gonna be last weekend, but some things backed it up. That is coming, and I hope that my hands don't fail me now. But thank you guys so much for watching and for sticking with me. You are all amazing, and I hope that you are having a wonderful weekend, weekday, whatever day. Love ya. See you guys in my next video. Bye.